All right, it's I don't know, 20. $123. Just wrapped up with a lap. I got 2, 4, 5, 7 Oreos left, plus 2 extras that I'm not going to eat. Van's packed. Rick got himself a new dog. What are we calling your new dog, Rick? Brufus? Like Brutus and Rufus? Brufus.
Cake eater.
Cake eater.
He likes Crystal's cake.
Did not, he showed up here in the middle of the night and rummaged through the trash, but did not get after Crystal's cake, which was nice of him. Because Rick probably would have shot him on the spot.
Until there was a piece in the garbage.
Until there was a piece in the garbage, and then he is like a dumpster diving master of all masters. How many loops do you run, Rick?
Oh, I ended up with 16, I think.
16. I put myself down for 10. Bullshit. Did you win the loops or did somebody else beat you?
Randall beat me by 1.
Randall had 17 loops. Yeah, all in all, not a bad birthday so far, I think. Got a bottle of water dumped over his head during a picture with his cake. Cooled him off.
Turkey vultures flying above me. That's not a good sign.
Got a halo around the sun. It's kind of cool to look at.
Yeah. Hay barn.
And we're chilling in the hay barn. Turkey vultures?
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll leave the GoPro looking at the see if we can see the get the turkey vultures on the GoPro.
Up in the updrafts. Can't quite see them.
I'm drinking a Love Lady Brewing Company from Las Vegas, Ninth Island Pineapple Sour. It's not bad. I mean, it's a beer with a girl in a bikini on the front of it, so no use in complaining about that. Rick's got a Tecate because he's not as much a fan of Mexican or sour beers as I am.
I didn't work hard enough to get a sour beer.
I'm dehydrated as hell right now.
That's when they taste good.
Yeah.
When you're thirsty.
Is that Pine Valley Mountains over there?
Yep.
Good looking mountains. I didn't realize what they look like from the backside. Those are rugged from the backside, but Pine Valley's on the other side of them, right?
Nope.
So this is the so that's like
We're looking right at
Burger and is that Browns, the valley on the right, or the saddle on the right?
Saddle. Forsyth would go up that saddle.
Okay.
And then you Signal Peak.
So on the
and
other
I always forget the name of it.
Burger.
Prominent Point.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it not Burger?
No. I've always wanted to go to the top of that one, but it's pretty rugged. But the fire might have cleared some of that out.
What's in that saddle? Forsyth?
The Forsyth Trail. Yeah.
Okay. So on the other side of that would be that trail that we hiked up that day that
Lake Goobler.
had no water on it.
Yeah. And then further Oak Road comes up to that ridge.
Over in the, kind of the middle of that ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Played in your sprinklers.
Oh.
That's kind of good. I like
was
those
gonna-
out there. But they don't move much.
No, I was going to give a safety talk saying you're welcome, but it wasn't hot enough for anyone to go out there. So you need to go out and cool yourself off, but
Don't drink it.
Stay away from those. No, you can drink it, except this one I had some chemical going in. But those tires, it's deceiving. They move slow, but they could be.
They'll grab you and
Yeah.
hold you up. Those little
Sometimes-
heads are, I mean, they're little technology things. They're I didn't realize those heads rotate too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. Rotators.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. You get
I wonder
different.
how'd they come up with that name, you think?
Get different sprinkler packages. You have sprays. You've got rotators with plates. You can change out the plates to give you different spray patterns.
Yeah, because the ones on the inside you don't move as quickly, so you don't want as much water coming out of them as you want on the very end down there,
That
right?
goes, and each one will have a different nozzle size. So
Yeah.
closer to the pivot base, you have small nozzles. As you work your way out, you'll have bigger ones because the pressure will decrease as you get to the end of the system. And it's all formulas on your water pressure and how many drops you have coming out and the size of your pipe.
How big's your pipe?
On this one we're looking at, 8 inches.
You got an 8-inch pipe out there, huh?
Yeah. Drops it down to 6 5/8.
You heard it here first.
You gonna overtake Josh with the farmer terms? I don't know if that one counts.
8-inch pipe?
Yeah.
That's a farmer term.
Okay.
Well, spray nozzles, right? Or what are they called?
Yeah, the nozzles.
They're called nozzles?
Yeah, and then we have rotator.
Rotators, that's what.
Nozzles.
Rotator nozzles.
You can also have, if your system goes up and down a lot of hills, you can put pressure regulators on them.
Okay.
And that's what this big sprinkler has, and that'll keep the pressure the same on the whole length of the system.
All right.
No matter the gradient or nozzle size, you'll only be putting so many pounds pressure out on those. Those are
Oh, your brother's okay with me just submitting a video because I ain't taking notes after this. My brain. So this is trailer number 10.
mm-hmm.
What's the other trailer over there? The
6.
corrugated. Okay. And what are these things on the back? These little chain link things.
That's the drive system. What you have is the truck has hydraulic hoses
Okay.
with PTO coming off the engine. So you pull a lever and that engages the power takeoff, they call it. Each truck has a hydraulic tank and a pump, and that circulates and that puts pressure to the hoses. The hoses run all the way back to a motor underneath there.
Uh-huh.
Motor turns with hydraulic pressure, turning the motor, which turns the gearbox, runs the shaft out to the chains, and the chains will slowly rotate, and there's bigger bottom chains in the bottom of the wagon, and that's what dumps your hay up. You have your doors open, of course, when you
Okay.
unload.
Dumps the hay out of there.
Yeah. And that wagon will hold about 10 tons if it's nice and dry.
It's a lot of weight.
Yeah. And they weigh 10,000 pounds on their own, so you can have 32,000 pound wagons pulling over the cuber.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Don't want that thing running over your toe either.
No, and that's why you have to keep your tires in really good shape, or they'll blow out. And
Yeah.
changing a tire on these fully loaded is
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially if it blows out there somewhere.
yeah,
Or
luckily
if it's
they're,
wet.
yeah, I mean, you have to pull off on a soft shoulder and it's angled. It's
And that's
not fun.
got double tires on the back, and this only has, I guess,
Yeah.
front and back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just because those are thinner tires and these are wider, or?
That's more of a truck style setup. It used to have bigger back ones, but when they got up to over $1,000 per tire, that's a little too much, so we switched them out to those duals. And that actually lowered the wagon down just slightly and also made it easier to get on the scale. It was really hard that you had to barely fit on that scale exactly to get the tires were really wide on it. But that's our biggest hay wagon. That one you can actually get about 12 to 13 tons,
Holy.
and it doesn't weigh as much because it's
Is that corrugated?
Yeah. But my uncle just did half the floor and a solid steel, so that's going to add some weight.
Why did you do the floor in solid steel? Why?
Because the corrugations would have been too hard to match up.
Okay.
And it was starting to rot out. So
Uh-huh.
just get sheet metal, just line it.
I think we had a pretty successful event out here.
Yeah.
How many people do we have? Do you know?
Few more signs coming in. I never got to that.
Signs.
Yeah, coming in off the highway, they'd pull into the yard with equipment and not sure where to go. Especially the people that didn't have access to the club and see my wonderful hand-drawn signs or maps.
Well, I mean, my description is you turn and drive till you run out of telephone poles. And
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe, and that's a hard left coming off the freeway there. So, and then you can pin, that location's a little harder to pin, but you can pin the 1595 West, and that brings you in. But Eric was the first one here, and he called me. I'm in a yard with a bunch of equipment. Am I in the right place? I said, yeah. He said, well, I saw the no trespassing sign, so I wasn't sure. I said, what is my dog doing? Where? Miley! Just out wandering around. Oh, somebody's here.
yeah, somebody's doing laps. It looks like, maybe
Miley!
that might be your kid.
Mickey. Oh, a whole group of them.
Yeah. Out here taking a final lap for your birthday.
You found it.
Hi, Miley. Saying hi to Brufus, Miley?
Rufus.
Yes, Brufus is a good boy, Brufus. Oh, I could run. Oh, it's Robbie.
No way.
Yeah.
You're running.
Tiffany, is that her name?
Heather.
Heather.
Honey.
Robbie and Heather.
Uh-huh. And Anna?
And Nikki.
I don't see Nikki. Jolene. She was serious about it.